Hi there, I'm Kathy, and welcome back to the Grief Recovery series here on the Grace Over Guilt channel. So in the last video, we talked about what grief recovery actually is, right? About how healing isn't just about waiting for time to do its thing, but more about taking intentional steps towards healing. But I know you might still be wondering, okay, but how? What does that actually look like? Well, that's exactly what I want to share with you today. See, there's this incredible approach to healing called the grief recovery method. And let me tell you, it's changed so many lives, including mine. If you've ever felt like no one taught you how to grieve, or like you've been carrying around this invisible weight with no clear way to let it go, this might be exactly what you need. The grief recovery method wasn't just created in some classroom or research lab. It came from real, raw personal loss. In 1977, a man named John James lost his infant son. And as he tried to move through his grief, he realized he had no idea how to actually heal. The things people told him, like, give it time, be strong, just keep going, weren't helping. So he went searching. And what did he find? Well, there wasn't really a clear, structured way to process grief in a way that actually worked. So he started developing one, a real step-by-step process for moving through grief in a way that wasn't just about surviving, but about actually helping you feel better. And the thing is, he didn't just keep this to himself. He spent years refining it. And in 1986, a man named Russell Friedman joined him to help bring this work to even more people. Together, John James and Russell Friedman wrote the Grief Recovery Handbook, which has now been translated into over 30 languages and has helped millions of people worldwide. It's real, it's been tested, and most importantly, it works. So what makes the grief recovery method different? I get it. You might be wondering, okay, but what makes this any different from therapy or a regular support group? Well, here's the thing. It's the only grief support program that's actually been researched and proven to work. A lot of grief support programs offer comfort, but comfort alone isn't always enough. We need more than just reassurance. We need a real structured way to heal. That's what makes the grief recovery method so powerful. A peer-reviewed study at Kent State University actually confirmed that this approach is not just helpful, it's effective. It gives people a clear step-by-step process to work through their grief in a way that actually leads to healing. And here's what else makes it different. First, it's action-based. This isn't just about talking about grief. It's about doing something with it. It gives you the tools to process unresolved emotions so you're not carrying that weight forever. Second, it works for all types of losses, not just losing a loved one. There are actually over 40 types of losses we can experience in a lifetime. A divorce, career shifts, health changes, the loss of a dream, and so much more. No matter what kind of loss you're facing, this method helps you move through it. And finally, it works at your pace. There's no pressure, no timeline, no, you should be over it by now. You take the steps when you're ready, because grief isn't something you rush through. It's something you heal through, one intentional step at a time. So now let's actually talk about how you can experience the grief recovery method, because there are actually a few different ways. First, there's a grief recovery program. This is the core program, the one that helps people work through any kind of loss in a structured, supportive way. And when I say structured, I don't mean rigid. I mean, it actually gives you a roadmap, a way to process the pain so you can actually start to breathe again. In this program, you'll learn what grief really is and what it's not. You'll uncover and release the emotional pain that still might be unresolved. You'll also take meaningful steps towards healing without guilt, without pressure. And you'll find new ways to honor your loss while still embracing life. It's not about forgetting. It's about learning to carry your grief in a way that feels lighter, not heavier. And the best part, you don't have to do it alone. This program is available both in group settings and private one-on-one sessions. So whether you want community or more personalized support, you can choose what feels right for you. And you can do it in person or online, whatever works best for your season of life. There's also the Helping Children with Loss program. One of the biggest misconceptions about grief is that kids just bounce back faster than adults. But the truth is, kids grieve too. They just don't always have the words to express it. That's why this program isn't actually for children, it's for adults. Because as parents, teachers, and caregivers, we are the ones who shape how children experience grief. The way we talk to them, support them, and create safe spaces for them has a huge impact on how they process loss, not just now, but for the rest of their lives. In this program, you'll learn how to recognize the signs of grief in children because it doesn't always look like sadness. You'll learn to understand how kids process loss differently than adults. And you'll learn how to create a safe space where they feel seen, heard, and supported. You'll be able to guide them through their grief in a way that's honest, yet gentle, without overwhelming them. Because no child should have to grieve alone. And every adult who cares for a grieving child should feel equipped to support them. And like all our programs, this one is available in groups or private one-on-one sessions, both online and in person. Grief isn't just about people. Losing a pet is real grief, which is why our pet loss grief recovery program exists. For so many of us, our pets are family. They love us unconditionally. They're part of our daily lives, some of them for decades. And when they're gone, the loss can feel unbearable. But here's the thing, your grief is valid, and the Pet Loss Grief Recovery Program gives you a space to honor the love you shared with your pet. You'll learn to understand and navigate the unique pain of losing an animal companion, and you'll find healing while keeping those cherished memories alive. Because grief doesn't measure the depth of love based on species. Loss is loss, and your feelings matter. And just like our other programs, this one is available in groups, private sessions, online, and in person. Grief is something we all experience, but healing, that's where so many of us get stuck. Because as adults, we get caught up in life. We push through, we take care of others, and we keep trying to move forward. And sometimes deep down, we don't give ourselves permission to heal. Maybe it's because we feel like we should be over it by now. Maybe it's because guilt creeps in, telling us that we don't deserve to heal. But the truth is, you do deserve to heal. Healing isn't forgetting. It isn't moving on. It's giving yourself the grace to process your loss, honor your emotions, and feel better without guilt, without shame, and without doing it alone. If this is something that speaks to your heart, I invite you to learn more at graceoverguilt.org. And before we go, I want to leave you with this. Your grief is real, your healing is possible, and you don't have to do this alone. In the next video, we're going to talk about something that might be keeping you stuck without you even realizing, the 6 myths about grief. If you're ready to challenge what you've been told about grief and find a path forward, I invite you to watch the next video. And as always, you are seen, you are loved, you are not alone. Until next time, take care of your heart and take care of each other.